Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Belonging Songs, your weekly podcast that brings you a brand new original song. Each episode then talks about the themes of that song and the processes that went into writing and recording it. I am your host, Wade Dana. With me, as always, my good friends Brad Maurer.
How you doing?
Patrick Crane.
Glad you're back.
Patrick Van Peebles.
We didn't think of Van Peebles.
No, that's been done.
That's what got your Van Halen.
You need to be
your
P,
Van Peebles.
P Van P.
Yeah,
That's you.
Patrick Van P. Van P.
Your Van Helsings.
I think it should be P Von P.
Yeah, you like the German twist.
If anybody is confused,
You got some kraut in
You're
your
not alone.
you're not alone. We're trying to figure out Patrick's performer name
music
for
moniker.
his first song.
Submit your ideas to bs@belongingsongs.com.
Thank you. Speaking of submitting things, I'd like to take a second here and just thank all the BSers out there that have left us ratings and reviews. We greatly appreciate it. We recently charted on the music commentary charts for Apple Music. Thanks to your reviews. That's how that happens.
Talking to TC the Mystical, Brentour. Fucking Brentour's doing
you're
it.
doing some call-outs?
And, Invasive Species nailed it.
Oh, nailed it.
Jerks McGee. Jerks McGee got
Patrick
on.
nailed it.
That's got
Few times.
P. Chris. Mosquito Hawk. There's others.
Yeah.
I'm out of
Pete Cruz
scrolling.
and Mosquito Hawk, talented writers.
Nice boys. Very nice boys. I know them.
So thank you. Yes, we appreciate that so much. This week we have a brand new song by me, Harnol, Slin.
Again.
Yep.
Harnol Slin, there's a space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's two
Spell
words.
it.
Yeah.
And you can listen to my music on the Spotify and all the places. Harnol Slin. Harnol. Slin.
Spell that right when you're on Bear Share.
That's right.
So yeah, I wrote this song in the past couple weeks here. It is an idea that I've had for a long time, but only an idea in my head. I've had the chorus in my head and the idea of what the song is about for a long time. And I can tell you the genesis of the idea for the song was doing research for a class when I was going to school. I don't remember exactly what class it was, but we were talking about censorship in music. And this idea was spawned from this picture I came across of Tipper Gore and Susan Baker. Patrick, if you scroll up on that, you'll see them right there in their
Some handsome women.
in the congressional hearing in 1985 for the Parents Music Resource Center,
Right.
which they founded, which was the big movement because they were so offended by lyrics in music that they had to get all up in arms and try to censor it all. And what they accomplished was getting the Parental Advisory. Congratulations. You let every kid know exactly what album they
What's
wanted
bad.
to buy and listen
That's
to.
right. That's right. Don't do drugs. They make you feel good.
Right.
Have you watched? You probably did for this class. Did you watch Frank Zappa's testimony at this?
Oh, yeah,
trial?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Best part.
Yeah.
If you type in just Gore and Baker censorship, that's one of the first links that will
Zappa's
come
the
up
first
is
thing
that
comes
Yeah.
up.
video. So Dee Snider, Frank Zappa, John Denver.
Yep. And
We're
John
all-
Denver was also an incredible testimony.
Yes. I definitely encourage everyone to watch that. But these two ladies, look at the picture. I mean, it looks like a scene from The Shining.
It actually looks like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Up on this computer we're looking at here, you can see the 15 songs they dubbed the Filthy 15, which they were up in arms about. And it's funny, Patrick, earlier today, you had referenced one of these songs when we were recording a earlier episode. I think it was the Def Leppard one,
Yeah.
High and Dry. Didn't you mention that?
I think so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And if you notice what most of the songs are about that they were so up in arms about, same with like all the culture in America, it's sex,
Yeah.
violence. There's a couple, but you can talk about blowing people away.
I like that they list the lyrical content that's offensive. My favorite is Wasp's Animal, parents, fuck like a beast.
Yeah.
That has sex, language, and violence.
Yep. Oh, it's got the trifecta.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
I like the
She-bop.
merciful fate into the coven is just listed as a cult.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, they were so up in arms about the children listening to offensive lyrics that they had to form this coalition.
We're not going to take it as
it's highly offensive.
It's not on my list for the most offensive
Who the
track.
fuck is Venom?
I don't know.
It's metal, dude.
But it's one of the 15. I
Yeah.
need to listen to this.
Yeah, no, Venom's like one of those metal bands where you can't read their name.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's got dripping blood font.
Yep.
All right.
And the irony, I just think, of what they accomplished was literally advertising to every child that those are the albums you want to see. Because, going
hell
into
yeah.
the store when you were a kid, like, well, that one's got the thing. I want that one
want
for
that.
sure.
Well, this-
I want that.
Yeah.
This is in the midst of the Satanic Panic,
Oh, yeah.
which was pretty incredible to live through. We were all still relatively young during that time, but I remember the stories coming on the news of D&D players worshiping Satan and murdering people in the sewers. And backwards lyrics were a big thing with this.
No.
Subliminal messages.
Yeah. We should start doing that more.
Right?
we probably need to record an entirely backwards
Right.
album.
I probably
How
should
do
have
you
done
get
it in
your-
this song.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a pretty incredible moment in music history, and also something I wouldn't be surprised if it repeats itself.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I wouldn't either.
It's probably about 10 years out.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the inspiration for the idea for this song. And obviously you have an idea. Once you start making a song, it starts to take on its own thing. But this was the initial genesis of the idea for this song. So it is called Good to Be Good. It's basically a virtue signaling title in itself. Like, it's good to be good. Yeah. Yeah,
Does it-
of course it is.
Does it have parental advisory, explicit
we'll have
content?
to get one. You guys want to
A
listen to it?
cult.
Yeah.
It's now unmuted, and now we'll listen to it. Good to be good.
When I woke up, I filled right up. I thought I'd nearly lost my head. Oh, to be alive was really quite extensive. I'm so blessed. Yes, what a day. So damn hard to keep all this righteousness at bay. Can't you see I'm nearly ready to explode? I'm keeping up appearances, watching every single thing I say. I wouldn't want to be offensive in any sort of way. I know it's hard to do the right thing. Nothing to fear or trust in. Don't be too kind, or you will be unsatisfied. It's good to be good, yeah, 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 yeah. Good to be good, yeah, 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 yeah. It's good to be you, whoa. It's good to be me, yeah. It's good to be good, yeah, 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 yeah. Good to be good, yeah, 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 yeah.
That's it.
I love that end.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good jam, Wade.
Cool. Thank
That's
you.
a good jam. I like it. I love the first thing I noticed about it was the guitars. There's like a few of them.
This is a song when I was writing it, you hadn't heard, but I had told you, like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm pushing the
Tons.
limits of how much pig nose I can use on a song. The pig nose being my little amplifier that I've been using a lot lately.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever mentioned the pig nose.
Have we not?
No.
Well,
But
I used
I-
a lot of it on this
I
song.
love that. I love the dynamics of the pauses, like the drops, the quick, did you hear what I just said kind of things.
Right.
I loved that.
The first thing I picked up on, and what just happened? Hello? I'm not getting me on my mic.
But
Oh, he's muted somehow.
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I just finally noticed.
There it is. Oh, there
wait,
it is.
To be clear,
Something's
I
wrong.
unmuted the song.
Muted Patrick.
I just happened to mute Patrick somehow.
It all
Whoops.
makes sense.
So,
Which, I mean,
anyway.
do we need to hear it?
no, the podcast just got 100 new listeners.
The biggest issue that I had is I could still hear him somehow.
All right, where were we?
I'm going to say my piece. I don't know if you intended this or not, but the very first thing I picked up on is this has a very 50s doo-wop sound, which I love because it's a historical period where we think everything is innocent
Isn't it?
and hunky-dory,
Yes.
and they
Was that
still
intended?
had shit.
The chorus is very tongue-in-cheek,
Yep.
and that is very intentional. And I was worried about Patrick hearing it because he's called my lyrics lazy before. But these
still
are
on that.
are meant to be so almost stupid. Like
I don't
it's
know
good
why
to be
you'd make
good.
that decision to keep that gap there.
Like it's good to be good. Like no shit, right?
Right.
And then telling somebody, well, it's good to be you.
Yeah.
You know, everything's great. It's good to
Right.
be me. Just be good.
Right.
It's like total virtue
Yeah.
signaling. Just
Oh, yeah, it's great.
It hits
Yeah,
the
so
mark.
that's
It
very
hits the mark
intentional.
for that, yeah.
I love that the narrator is self-aware that they're being good. This reminds me of a lot of people I know. I won't name
Right.
names on the air, but they know they're keeping up appearances. They know what their actual thoughts
you can
are.
you just want to punch him right
Yeah.
in the face,
And
right?
yet they still have that smirk.
Yep.
It's so good. In fact, one thing I'd like to hear more of is you even camping that up more. And the only way I could think of doing that is hand claps during the chorus.
Okay.
Like, cheese it up.
The one note I had is I would like to see the yas bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Right.
stuff like that.
Like
That
I would
just-
like to just see like
Forced
it's good to be
smile.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch more, like almost a choir behind
So
you.
you can tell I sung that all as one line. So
Yes.
there's no breaks,
Right.
and I didn't put anything.
And there's no
behind it.
accents. Yeah.
Yeah, so I that's something I could do.
Yeah, I think the song would benefit from being cheesier.
Okay.
Especially in the chorus though.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's beautiful how it accomplishes exactly what you set it out
Yes.
to do.
Yes.
And I was thinking as we were listening to that, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said all that.
And it's
but,
a little lazy.
Yeah.
No, I like that we went into it armed with what it was about.
Okay.
I think we would have got it anyway.
It turned into a little more broad commentary on people in general acting, not just the music thing.
Yeah, just
but,
people
like,
being
people, like,
self-righteous
yes.
anyway.
Yes. And thinking they know what's best for everyone else.
Yes. There's a few of them out there.
Did you write the lyrics first or the music?
Well, the chorus I had written in my head for a long
Years.
time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you
You've
ever
t-
came
oh yeah,
across
oh
it.
yeah, yeah. No, you've told me like I think you've sung it before.
Yeah, I think maybe we tried something once
I
on
think
it.
we
It didn't
did,
work out.
yeah.
So it's one of those things I've always really wanted to do. And I don't know if I was scared to do it or I didn't know if I could pull it off.
Or how it would all come together.
So I had that melody. I built the song around that melody. So I had the chorus first. And then I wrote the rest of the music around that. Except for the solo, which
Well,
I left room for.
I wrote solo again, which you're getting to the point, Wade, where there's a solo in a lot of songs, and
Yeah.
I don't think we should comment it on it here.
Okay.
But yeah, it's another good Wade solo.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I intentionally put a like deliverance type riff in there because you know,
We're at
which
Yeah,
is
I
just the
didn't hear it.
stereotypical stupid. You think of dumb people, like that's kind of in there.
I didn't catch it. I was probably dancing. It's going to warrant another listen, though.
no, but Patrick was probably digging it.
Zing.
Huh? I have no friends.
We knuckle bumped. Everything's cool.
It is. It is.
Well, that was a really fun solo to write.
Yeah, I could see that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun to listen to.
Any other comments on the theme of the song?
No, I think it's awesome.
Is this going to be a short episode? Damn it.
No, absolutely not.
No, we're not. We gotta be technical.
If you want to talk about lyrics, I actually pointed at the screen because I was chuckling out loud of it's so damn hard to keep all this righteousness at bay.
You know,
That's such
you
a
just
good
picture
lyric.
the person
Well,
in
it's
your
just
head, right?
overflowing.
And we
Let's
all
look
know
at those
people
shoulder
like
pads
this.
again.
Everybody does. Everybody
Yeah.
does.
Oh, yeah. We're going to put that picture on Instagram.
I like.
I love that that's a
sure.
real photo. It
It's-
looks totally staged.
Right.
Doesn't
You
it?
know what the best part about this picture is, and we'll have to put it up. Their
Look at
like
her
the-
face.
No,
Oh
it's
my
like it's
God.
like the angelic glowing of their hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
right. Like they're
We are
angels.
Yeah, that's
holier
angel's
than
flaws.
thou.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, who took that? That's a fucking genius that
Like-
took that picture.
This
Whatever's happening
Dana
on...
Carvey church lady.
Exactly. And look at Tipper Gore. She is annoyed that
Oh,
someone
Tipper
else
Gore
is
looks-
talking and she's not being listened to
Right.
in that moment.
Tipper
Yeah.
Gore looks like Brad half the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Tipper Gore.
So that is the inspiration for that
But that-
song.
that's-
Thank you, ladies.
So that's great content. Not that it's completely original. I'm sure a lot of people have written fodder about
Right.
that, but it's pretty good the way you did it.
Thank you.
From the historian in me, I think it's good that you're singing about this still too, because there probably are a lot of young listeners out there. I hope there's young listeners out there that don't know about this time
Some guys in their 30s.
where literally an entire genre of rock and roll was trying to be shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that, Brad, because I played this for my wife, and one of her first comments was like, she's like, "Oh, I really like it, but I think some people are going to be offended by it." And I'm like, good, because those are the people in the song who are offending me
Yes.
by acting this way.
They're very offended by
They
you being
deserve
offended.
that.
It's not that hard to not be self-righteous.
Right.
And just to understand that different
And-
people are on different trips.
Don't think that the irony is not lost on me, where I am kind of being
Right,
self-righteous writing
yes,
this song.
but that's what I mean. That's a good observation by you, because opinions, when they're strongly stated, can always be viewed as self-righteous. No matter what side of right or wrong they are, everybody with one is right according to them. But you're right.
Oh, thank you.
We have got to get a printed
T-shirt of that.
shirt of that.
Oh man.
Or put a photo right
And it should just say
yes.
BS.
Yeah, so look for that.
Parental advisory.
What are we gonna do? Offend them? I mean, they're already offended.
Right.
Oh man, Susan Baker is Dana
She is
Carvey,
church lady,
Yeah.
for sure. We have a lot of really strong Saturday Night Live references
We do.
on this show.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Most of the time.
It had some weird areas, but mostly good. Put it this way: the good is really good,
Yeah.
the bad's really bad.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
how that show is.
Sometimes the music makes up for it.
Correct. Sometimes the music drags it way down.
There's a lot of good saxophone, though.
Yeah, oh no, the house band's always good.
What is G.E. Smith up to? He's still alive?
I don't know.
If you're out there, G.E.,
Get a hold of Uncle Dave. He's
is Uncle
trying to
Dave
reach
still
you.
alive?
Is he? Why do we always look over there? Is he fine?
Well, because we got to see if he's moved.
He always mentions he's got G. Smith's number in his Motorola.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Dave used to tell this story about when him and G.E. Smith snuck out in Nebraska.
It was
from
me,
their-
G. Smith, and Dom DeLuise.
Wait, they stole the album Nebraska?
Yeah, in Nebraska.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We'll have to wake him up one day to tell that
Yeah,
story.
he stuck it in his sweatpants.
When they were new.
Right. It was a full vinyl album in his sweatpants. That's why they call him Square Ass.
David Square.
Uncle Dave.
Without restating too much, I am really impressed about how much you captured the feeling
Yeah, quickly
of the
too.
subject matter.
Yeah, you got right into it.
And I tried to get both sides. The people who are offended by everything and trying to be self-righteous, and then the people on the other side who are like, what the fuck is your problem?
Maybe you need not to be such a snowflake.
Yeah. So let's get technical. This arrangement was a lot different when I first started. For starters, verse number 1 and 2 were flipped, and there was a chorus in between them. So I said I had the chorus in my head for a really long time, but I also had the second verse there. I'm keeping up appearances of watching everything, single thing I say. I had that whole verse also written in my head to the melody that is the song.
Sure.
And because I had that already in my head, I naturally started that as the first verse. But then when I started writing more lyrics, it made more sense to start the song with somebody waking up, where my original layout had that verse as the second verse.
Yes, yeah. I don't think you want to wake up in the second verse.
Right. And then there was a chorus in between the two, which made the song longer and I don't think was necessary. So once I flipped them, and I tried flipping the verses and leaving the music the same, but there's that pause in the one, and it lines up really great with the lines from
You can't
the
change
other
that.
verse.
Yeah.
So I actually had to I took all the music and everything, and not only the verses changed, but the music from those verses changed and flipped. And then I cut that chorus out in the middle of them, so there's verse, verse, and now a chorus. Instead of verse, chorus, verse, chorus.
I really like the structure because it, again, goes back to how the song emotes. So you've got these two verses, so you have somebody thinking about what they're saying. And then I love that there's only one verse before the last chorus because they're almost too excited to tell you how good it is to be good.
I have no issues with the structure. I think it worked dynamically well. Sounds like it's because you put thought into it.
Yeah, so I recorded the whole song and then did a lot of editing.
Yeah, just because you realized it didn't make sense.
Because it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
What do you got? You got standard tuning on the guitars?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's...
This guy doesn't go outside of the box on it.
And
hang on, what's the over-under on the pig nose?
I'm putting all my money in the pig nose.
What do you mean?
That was used on this.
Did you use it or not?
Oh, we already addressed that.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Every guitar was played through the pig nose.
Yeah, this fucking guy.
And there's a lot of guitars on this.
Sorry, I just derailed us by sticking to the script.
Oh, is that what you guys are doing? I thought you guys were just not paying attention.
No, we're not doing anything.
It's all very natural.
Yes, this is all just, we are doing this at the top of our head, Wade.
Yeah, that's about it on this.
All right, cool. Roll credits.
But no, you guys think I should work on the choruses more.
I think
no,
I think you need to big it.
Big it
yeah,
up.
Yeah, big
they
it
need
up.
to big it.
Hashtag bigot.
Hashtag
Wait,
big it.
no.
Why do I always...
That's definitely no. It's a bad one.
I gotta believe there's already a hashtag bigot.
Okay.
All right.
Shut up, Dave.
Uncle Dave.
Woke up.
Oh, you can't be on it.
Oh, God.
Hashtag bigot.
Okay, so you suggest I add some background vocals.
I think the song will benefit, to Patrick's point earlier, as far as like not necessarily hamming it up, but just getting it a little more, throwing the elbow around and snapping your finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the yaz.
Elevated
It's
a little.
already there. It'll just kind of take it up an extra notch and just push it right over the edge.
Okay.
I think it could use it.
Cool. So basically, we are going to
I think she's basically...
step on over into the time machine. Did you change the oil in that?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's good to go.
Did you fill it up with garbage?
5 WD-30 and 1 can of Tab.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, anything goes in it.
All right, well, let's head on over there. Set course.
To the future!
From the future.
From the future, we're back. We're back, BSers. To the future, we're doing or from the past. Shit, that was horrible. Let's start over.
Where are we?
Yeah, what episode is this?
Wait, is it Back to the Future 3? Were we on is the time machine a train?
It's still messed up a little bit. But here we are, back in the future, episode something or other. We try not to even keep track anymore.
Yeah, it's episode X.
But it's good to be good, and it's good to have you guys back here. We're doing another revisit here in the virtual world, but we've got a better signal than we did last time we attempted this.
Brad's managed to splice together a couple speaker wires to transmit across the pond.
Right.
Yep. Dial up is running well.
You got a 14.4?
I got a 14.4. 2 phone lines now, too. It's big. It's big over
got
here.
An actual chicken on top
That's
of the house as a weather vane holding an antenna up.
This meeting started at 8. I've been up here since 4 o'clock getting this thing going.
Brad lives on a farm, BSers.
Brad's recording via ham radio.
Right.
So yeah, good to be good. When we last left this song, both of you had suggested that I kind of work on the choruses a little bit and church them up a bit, make them a little more hammy almost.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so I spent a little time. All I did was add vocals, actually, to the chorus, especially the last one. I started out adding a lot to both choruses, and I didn't care for the way it was turning out, so I pulled a lot of that stuff out of the first one and left that almost the same. I did give it a little lift with some extra background vocals, but I saved most of them for the end. So I'm curious to see if you guys think it's enough, if it's working for you now. So why don't we give it a listen? Good to be good. Revised version. And BSers, this might be a little awkward transition. We're all listening at our own houses, and we give each other a thumbs up. Is it a thumbs up or the OK signal when we're ready?
Oh my God, I can't believe
I can't remember.
Get this straight again. It's an OK symbol.
I tried just do both.
And then you do the Illuminati triangle.
Okay, but
and it's bunt, steal, hold.
Okay, got it.
What if somebody bangs on a garbage can?
Then you have to play for the Astros.
Okay, home run.
Cool. Let's give this a listen.
When I woke up, I filled right up. I thought I nearly lost my head. Oh, to be alive was really quite extensive. I'm so blessed. Yes, what a day. So damn hard to keep all this righteousness at bay. Can't you see I'm nearly yeah, 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 yeah. Good to be good, yeah, 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 yeah.
You guys good?
Good to go.
Give me
Cool.
the
So,
signal.
how did I do? How'd he
Brad?
do?
Brad's dazed.
Brad's, see,
Brad's
What happened?
does the chicken fall off the roof?
I think the hamster stopped running on the wheel.
What do you guys
Little
think?
Fucker ran out of seeds. I thought it was good. I thought it was real good.
Is that what you were looking for?
I was trying to decide that, you know me, I'm not very good at quick change. I think it was what we were looking for. What I was thinking about was
All right,
just
Brad doesn't have anything to say, so let me
some
jump.
hurrahs back there. Go ahead, Patrick. save this fucking segment.
First, have you guys seen Jojo Rabbit yet?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's the Hitler Youth kid, right?
Yeah, but there's a scene at the end of the movie where it's just the two kids facing each other, and it's a split screen, and they're dancing, and that's basically what our video chat looked like during during that song. For any BSers out there who have seen it.
I was looking for more of a "What did Jack do" kind of vibe. No, Wade, this is great. I don't know if this is what we envisioned, but I really love what you did with it. In fact, I think by taking away a little bit, the buzzy pig nose guitar comes through a lot better, and I think really makes the song a ton more fun. I'm into this cut.
Okay, cool. Brad's probably got to listen for a month or two.
Yeah, I'm listening to it again. No, it's really good. I actually I didn't listen to this song a ton between now and when we recorded, before the Time Machine.
Which was about
Which is
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
It's probably episode 14, 13,
who knows?
12. The familiarity of it was there, but I didn't remember how good it was. I do like it. I love this song actually. It sounds like you. It's got those like dancey notes that are just kind of moving all over the place. Nothing's real samey about it at all. And I love that part because it's like something I would never do. And I really like the additions in the back because I think they're crazy enough and subtle enough at the same time, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't take over the song and make it completely ridiculous.
Yeah, it was actually tougher than I thought it was going to be to fit those in there because of exactly what you said. It took me a while to get something that just didn't sound ridiculous as I was trying to make it a little more kind of ridiculous. But I tried claps, I tried different sorts of background vocals, and it was harder than I thought to fit them in and make it work.
It's fun, but it's not cheesy. The vibe I still get is like a 60s pop song.
Okay.
And it's interesting because those songs are usually 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. And this is 3.5, I think. And so you're thinking, is it going to overstay its welcome when you get to like the 2-minute part? But no, I still want more at the end.
It's funny that this song also takes a while to get to the chorus.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I normally wait that long, but I think I had told you when I was originally putting this together, I had a chorus come in almost right away. It was after like the first verse. I had a chorus in between the two verses there, and I think it just made the song too long. And
yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that.
It wasn't as effective when it did come in. And like I had said when I did these extra background vocals, I had just as many in the first chorus originally as I was working on it, and I thought it was too much. So I took a lot of them out and saved them for the end. And I kind of like the way that kind of works with the song story too. You get these people who get a little courage the more they're out there talking to people about whatever it is they think people need to be doing,
Yeah.
So it kind of grows like with their confidence. They're like, oh, I told that person how it was going to be. And now the next time I tell someone else, it's going to be even better.
Right. Like and the building of it that way, I think it fits the song in a way that, like you just said, the mood of the melody and all of the guitars that come in and out build that story perfectly.
Yeah, it's that virtue signaling that you talked about in the first part of the episode.
So by the end of the song, they're really swinging that arm, walking down the street, telling everybody.
Yeah,
how they need
are
to
the-
live.
They are the shit.
Right.
My
Yeah.
wife and I were listening to show tunes today while we were working, and Book of Mormon was one of the songs. And there's a song that's exactly about that, about stuffing down your feelings and being happy. And it reminds me of that. It's that stuff down what you really think and virtue signal.
Right.
I like it. It came out really well.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty happy
It was
with this song.
executed, and you can tell the thought that you put into trying to fit in that extra work of the choruses and stuff like that. Had you just gone in and just did something really quick, you would have noticed. And I think you can tell it was thought out because it's very consistent with the rest of the song. It sounds like it was well built at the same time, which sometimes it's hard to go back and make it sound like something.
Yeah, I actually
that you
think I
did
came
before.
down one day and was working on it and kind of scrapped all of it. And
Yeah.
then had to come back the next day and kind of
I've done that. And
Re-attack it.
it's hard to do. And like, you might get in a groove and you're like, when you're doing it, you're like, oh, this might be something. And then you come back and you're like,
Yeah,
nope,
like, what the
it's
heck?
not anything. I wasted all of that time. I just did that the other day where I was like, oh yeah, this is working out pretty good. And then I came back and like,
Brad, you and I have talked numerous times about there's a certain point in almost every song we write, halfway through making it, where you kind of
Garbage.
step back and you're like, I don't know about this
Yeah.
one.
almost everyone, or more recently, like I'll play something and then I'll start recording it. And then I'm like, I don't know, somebody did this already, I think. I'm like, am I stealing and I don't know it? Why do I want to keep going?
In this one too, like I felt pretty good when I started this. I had the verse riff, and then when I started trying to fit the choruses in, it was that sit back moment. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it, and
Yeah.
I think it came together pretty nice.
I think it did come together really well. Like I said, it flows like it was all consistently mapped. Doesn't sound like you went back and did anything to it,
Cool.
which is a bonus.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
done.
She done.
She
You're
done.
done.
And by the way, the sound of it, the mix job on it is awesome.
Oh,
Like
cool.
I really like the mix on it. Like every instrument on there. That's one thing I was really paying attention to as we were going through it. Once I got re-familiar or reacquainted with the song, the sound of it, those guitars, it sounds like there's a shit ton of them.
There's
Like the background.
I've been
but
doing a lot of guitars lately.
But it's going to sound fucked up when the way I say it. It sounds like there's a shit ton, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? So
That's good.
that's how you got the sound, but it doesn't sound like 12 guitars that you're trying to squeeze into this one melodic part.
I'm glad that you said that because I mixed this song and two of your songs like within the same few days, and I felt really good about how yours turned out. And I'm glad that you say this one turned out. And I think it's a case of me just having way more scrutiny of my own work. And like I'm trying to mix it, and then I sit back, and the same thing we were just talking about. I'm like, I don't know, it sounds like shit. But
Yeah.
I think it sounds like the other ones sound like your songs.
It's just you now.
I think it's
that
me
you get,
being hyper critical of my own.
yeah, you
song.
get to judge as you mix.
Yeah.
Too, you know, like I'm sure you judge my shit a lot less when you're mixing it, and it's more about trying to strengthen it. And like with yours, it's hard to separate that mindset.
Well, I think too, it's really hard when you're listening to something loop over and over again when you're mixing. You tend to lose perspective and context, but when it's your own work, you're forced into that. Holy crap, I've heard this 32 times in a row out of context. I think it gets even more difficult. Listening to your own work is hard enough, but when you're listening to it over and over and over and over,
because every time it gets a little worse to you sometimes. You know, sometimes like, oh man, I love this part. Like sometimes it's undeniable, like you did something that you are really proud of and you know that it's good. But a lot of times it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
It turns into happy where you don't want to hear it one more fucking time.
Right. Yeah. We've been down that road, Patrick, haven't we?
So yeah, I'm glad that you think the mix sounds good. And listening to it here, I thought it sounded good. I haven't listened to it since I mixed it, which has been a couple weeks because we were originally going to record this episode last week and had technical issues.
Yeah.
So
I think it sounds awesome.
Cool. And now I'm excited for you to hear the mixes I did of your songs because I genuinely was excited for them. Actually, you did listen to them, so
I did listen to them. Yeah,
we'll talk about those.
They're equally
later.
great. Yeah,
We could have already talked about those in a previous episode. Could be a next episode. Who knows?
could be 14 episodes from now.
Did anybody ask Dave?
Pretty much, we just throw numbers into a hat now.
Right. Yeah.
Pull one out. We're like, it's episode 13.
It's a tombola. of
Even if we
episodes.
said it was episode 12.
Yeah. ER.
Time out. Is there a DJ named Stevie Mix?
Ooh, dang, that's good.
Ooh. There should be, right?
Just thinking out loud here. It's got to be taken. Let me do a quick Google search here.
Huh.
Yeah, we better get to the bottom of this before we sign off.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's got to be Stevie Mix, right?
I'm looking.
Who is the guy that we met at Lake Michigan listening to Fleetwood
We
Mac?
called him McFleetwood, though.
Yeah.
That was
We never
Yeah.
got his
that's what,
real name.
that's what we called him. No, because
We hung out with the dude all night. But never
yeah,
got
he was
his
a
real
very
name.
he was a very tall guy with a beard,
And he kept
was
showing
jamming. He was jamming to Fleetwood Mac, and we're like, okay,
So,
okay,
well, we might as
you're
well tell the
Fleetwood.
BSers the story now. We were walking in the middle. It was like midnight. We were walking out to the beach. We were staying in like a hotel.
Tell thing, yeah.
Yeah, close to Lake Michigan. And we decided to walk down to the beach at around midnight. And we're walking through like a neighborhood. And we come across this guy who's just like in the middle of the street with headphones on, jamming by
we
himself.
we heard a faint as we were walking up, right? Like he had headphones on, and we just heard, "No, I
He's kind of singing along.
want to be with you
Everywhere.
Just like I was like, what the fuck
The
is
guys
going on?
into the Christy McGee tracks too.
Right,
Just
right. Oh, yeah, big time.
So funny. He's just jamming out to Fleetwood Mac, kind of singing along.
Standing on the corner.
In the midnight in a random neighborhood. Turns out he was staying at the same hotel, but he joined our party. We hung out all night. We ended up drinking out on the porch on the beach and on the porch until like, I don't know, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, it was late.
And,
It was late, and it was all Mick Fleetwood's fault because we went down there and we were going to come back and go to bed,
Yeah.
and then we ran into that guy and he followed us down.
Yeah.
It was the best.
And we
Fucking Mick Fleetwood.
If you're listening, Mick Fleetwood,
Right.
I'd like to see you again.
Yeah, he's like, man.
it was a good time.
We got his whole story. My wife's
Except for
my
his
wife's
name.
an introvert. My wife's an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I just go outside. I was walking around. I want to see the beach.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you? You're just standing on the corner singing Fleetwood Mac.
When we were all leaving the next day, we stopped at a restaurant and there was only one around the town we were staying, and he and his family were in there, and he just kind of side-eyed us and gave us the nod, like,
Yeah.
yep.
Isn't that funny though? Like we spent some QT with that guy.
Right.
Like we were with him for a bit,
Yep.
and then he we didn't know each other that morning.
Nope.
Like how
It
does
was
that
done.
happen? It's so weird.
You only make rumors once.
Right?
And with that, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Belonging Songs. We really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Please rate and review this podcast if you enjoy what we're doing here, especially if you listen on Apple Podcasts. That would really help get the show to a broader audience. Check out our website, belongingsongs.com. There you can listen to the before and after versions of all of our songs. Also, send us a message, bs@belongingsongs.com.
We're goddamn lonely.
We're
Shout out to
lonely.
Portland.
Oh, Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Portland, Oregon.
Portland,
Oregon.
Oregon. Thanks to our friends
Oregon.
out there. I know Todd and Cynthia live out there. Hopefully they are listening.
There was more than 2 though.
But there's like 6 people out there, so hopefully
That's
them
like
spreading the word.
33% of the listenership.
Yeah. If you're from Portland or have your VPN set to Portland, we'd love to hear from you.
Right on. Yeah, if you steal your internet from Portland.
Hopefully the other half of BSers who usually tune in will be back with us to listen to this after the global health pandemic passes.
Right.
But for the BSers who are still with us, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It helps to keep us going, to help keep you going through these tough times. So please be safe, please be kind, and we'll see you again here next week.
Looks like Stevie Mix has been done.
Is it?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Not
I
a
mean,
goddamn original bone in my body.
I tell you what.
It was a good one, though.
It was good. Maybe you could spell it different.
All right.
All right, BSers, from episode X+2 -3. We'll see you next time.
got to deal with Brad 2 times over here, busting my balls.
Always busting my balls. You think that's funny?
You think it's funny when Brad busts your balls? I'll tell you what,
Busting
not
balls.
funny.
Yeah, it's good. Boom, done. Next.